We can't see your Gran tonight, Sarah. Come home with us.
Battalion in the fight of the freedom of Spain. There we swore in the valley of Yarama that the fastest would never remain.
Got time nipped out of the pub.
No, we have to tell her now.
Is that your husband, Miss McFarlane?
Are you taking the piss, son?
Gran. Me and Rob are going to have a baby.
Do you think I didn't know? Can you know afford contraceptives?
We both want it, Mrs. McFarlane.
Sit down, you. Go and put the kettle on.
It's all right, Mrs. McFarlane. I've got a job.
Rob's working at trade union halls, Gran. It's a youth training scheme.
What you running here, Jack Hope? A labour camp? Huh? Now this sort of nonsense will put these wee boys off work forever.
It's a government scheme, Jessie.
Oh, it's a government scheme, all right. Plenty of the party members unemployed. Can we no paint our own halls anymore?
Oh, Jesus, James, car.
Get on that phone.
Did you go to the council to see about a flat, Sadie?
Yeah. It was a waste of time. We'll have to stay with Mum at first.
You booked out the wedding?
Aye?
The registry office?
Yes.
Smarten up, Sarah. You look a right wee tink.
We wouldn't ask you to do anything that would make you unhappy, Sarah. But we're all going to have to live under the same roof.
Bartley's roof.
You've got more than just yourself to think of now.
But I don't even want to get married. I'm a church anyway.
Well, you have to.
Shite.
What did you just say? Don't you speak to your father like that.
He's not my father.
Mr. Wallace.
Morning, Mr. Wallace.
Good morning.
Sorry we're a wee bit late. Nothing though. But that's traffic.
Good morning, Margaret.
My gran will kill me.
Your gran will not kill you, Sarah.
You don't know what she's like. She burned down a church. What? The Spanish Civil War.
Your family's crazy.
Are you not going to the wedding?
Do you, Robert, take this woman, Sarah, to be your wedded wife? And do you, in the presence of God, promise to be to her a loving, faithful, and dutiful husband?
Have you taken
until
leave
God
of your
shall
senses? Her father would turn in his grave.
Gran!
I can't allow this, Jessie.
Are you coming with me?
No.
Do you, Robert, take this woman, Sarah, to be your wedded wife?
Aye, I do. Sadie needs to be alone for a wee while, Mr. Stride. Call me Dad.
You're one of the family now.
Keep your voice down. I'm your husband now.
That old bitch dominated her son and she'll do the same thing to Sarah.
Don't sink to her level, Margaret.
herself an estate. Calls herself a communist and owns a private boat.
I'm going round there.
No, you're not. Just put her behind you. She's not worth it.
You were wrong, Gran. Gran! I'll never be a card again.
That's not the way I showed you, Rab.
There's 2 left-hand doors in this boat.
Put it back when you found it, Rab. I'm sorry. We can't all live here with that. Not for the next 7 months.
We're not wanting that cotton house before the baby's born. It's bad luck.
It's beautiful.
Rab, you'll be ready at 5. Don't be late.
See you later, Dad. Know who went to Spain with my gran? Mr. Wallace.
What, the old minister?
She said he put down his gun and left. Another comrade had to pick it up. And he was shot through the head the next day.
You never thought that old guy had seen a gun.
Do you know old Wallace has been sending my gran letters since 1937?
Dirty old bugger. What's he after?
Do you know who you remind me of? The first boy I ever kissed.
Who was that? Mr. Wallace?
He kissed me. I dropped my handbag. And we walked on. I never even noticed.
First boy I kissed stole my purse.
Hey, that wasn't me, Mrs. McFarlane.
Oh, wait.
I'm dying for a cigarette, Rab.
One left.
You've a long way to go, son. It's no just that you can't dance. Does nothing matter to you? You're a young man, married, a child on the way. That's right, eat your peanuts. They'll make a monkey out of you, son. That's your child in there. If you don't fight to give it a future, who will?
It's no our fault we're poor.
Poor? You're no poor, you're just broke.
I'm not a communist, Mrs. McFarlane.
It was easier for you, Gran.
Why, that'd be right.
Can I have a cigarette, please?
No. Not for asking.
Well, can I have one?
I didn't ask.
If you don't ask, son, you'll no get.
Hello? Mum? Yeah, I know. Is that the hospital? Yeah, I know where it is.
Have a seat. We're all really sorry to hear about your gran.
Aye, well, so better to be going out of than coming into.
Jessie's left her savings to Trade Union Fund for Central America.
And she left the boat to you.
She wants a communist funeral, Sarah.
A solution has been worked out to satisfy all parties. Ceremony will be held according to Jessie's wishes. And then she'll be buried by the family alongside your father.
But my daddy should never have been buried in the churchyard in the first place. And you all know that he didn't want that.
No, we've got to stay calm about this. No hysterics, no confrontations. Funerals are for the living.
Well, Earl has got a point. Jessie's been buried alongside her son where she didn't want to be. I mean, that can't be right.
Oh, I knew we'd get your tuppence worth. I'll get my wife's feelings to consider too, you know. We're a Christian family.
Your gran wasn't sentimental in that way at all, Sarah. And she's getting the kind of funeral she wanted.
This way everybody will be happy. Margaret will be happy, Mr. Hope here will be happy, and Jessie will be happy.
So how can Jessie be happy? She's dead.
What makes you think that stops her from being happy?
What right do you have to interfere in this family's business?
Whose funeral is this, for Christ's sake?
What the hell's a communist funeral anyway? It's just a last-ditch attempt to get our own back.
I've got better things to do than sit here listening to this.
Oh, I never asked to be dragged into this degrading business in the first place.
That old woman.
It's a victory for the party, that's what it's... You've got to open a barrel and you're loving it at me, you're loving it.
Friends, comrades, we're gathered here today to honour the memory of our dearly beloved comrade, Jessie McFarlane. The Jessie we remember today was the same girl who pledged herself to the party, gave up a place at Glasgow University to drive an ambulance in the struggle against Franco. But most of all, we remember the good woman who never faltered in the support she gave her husband, Alec McFarlane, who, without Jessie's fortitude, could never have achieved his political goals. Now, we won't see men of Alec's calibre again, but let's not forget that he wouldn't have been half the man he was without the support of a good woman like Jessie behind him. And not many of you here knew Big Alec. Karl Marx said, to be radical is... Karl Marx said to be radical is to grasp things by the root, but for man, the root is man himself.
What?
Telling it with me easier. A pregnant woman isn't fully responsible for her actions. It's been known to hold in a court of law.
Who told you that? Your gran?
A pregnant woman.
Detective Inspector McCulloch. A communist funeral, eh? And someone stole the... I believe the hearse was unattended at the time.
That's right.
You in charge here?
No.
Do you have any reason to suspect that the crime might have had some kind of political motivation?
We're Church of Scotland ourselves.
The bullfighters, the monarchists, the monks, the preachers of fascism.
I didn't come here for a fight, Jesse.
Why not?
Spain, 49 years ago. When you don't give up fighting. You know, I never stopped thinking of you as a friend, Jesse.
You chose.
I chose Christ.
I remember you shot a good few Christians yourself.
Yes, and I've had to live with that.
Our comrades didn't have that privilege. I don't forgive you.
I felt her moving about in there. We can't do this, Sadie. I'm sorry.
Then you don't love me enough. And you don't love Jessie enough.
With rain! With rain! Tram cars! Militiamen! Ah!